wherever you are watching from. It's another moment that we proceed in this morning, whether it is afternoon, whether it is evening, wherever you are watching us, the time zone that you find yourself watching us. I want you to know that financial abundance is possible, but there are secrets to supernatural abundance. There are secrets. You don't just stumble into abundance. You don't just learn into abundance. It is something that is cultivated, but beyond that is the understanding, is the knowledge. That is why in 3 John chapter 1 verse 2, this is what the Bible tells us in 3 John, because that is a life of vision in the area of your finances, a life of vision. What should be the driving force of your destiny is vision, financial vision, life vision, career vision is very, very key. And that is the supernatural. That is the secret of moving in wealth and wealth creation. He says in 3 John chapter 1 verse 2, "Beloved, I wish above all things." It is a wish. I wish above all things that you may prosper, be in health, even as your soul prospers. I call it a three-quartered stand, where you have prosperity. You have what I call prosperity is success, prosperity is wisdom. That is, it is beyond money. I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper, be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. So the area of the prosperity of your soul is knowledge. Yes, your intellect, your understanding. You should be so loaded with information, and that information should become a reality. So when you hear John the Beloved, the writer of the book of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, saying that, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper, be in health, and even as your soul is prospering." So that is what I call a balanced life of vision in the area of abundance, or in the area of resources. So secrets of the supernatural abundance, you have to understand the mystery of limitation. Understand the mystery of limitation as far as secrets of supernatural abundance is concerned. Understand the mystery of limitation. So in other words, scarcity, lack, does not just arrive. It does not just come. There is a process to a person finding themselves in a state of limitation. And this is God speaking in that John chapter 1 verse 2. And financial limitation is a reality. The mystery of limitation as far as secrets of supernatural abundance is concerned, it is a reality. Limitations is a reality. And there are so many who have challenges here and there. They can't have the life they desire. You find they try all their best, but along the way, things do not just balance. So it is a reality that exists in the lives of so many of God's people. That mystery of limitation. I've said a mystery because it does not just show itself. There is something behind the scarcity, the lack that people go through. And people can be rich, people can be wealthy, or have money through many means. I come up again that people can be rich, people can be wealthy, and people can have money through many means. For example, sheer hard work. The fact that somebody is working hard. Acquisition. So somebody can work hard to the best of their strength. They can deploy their strength they can acquire. That is knowledge, and also the deployment of skill. Yeah, there are people who acquire knowledge that leads them into abundance, or leads them into riches, leads them into wealth. Others can deploy the skill that is in them. And most skilled people, you will find majority of them are in the top 10 in terms of wealth, in terms of riches. They are in top of the game as far as resources are concerned. Why? Because they deploy their skills, or they acquire riches, they acquire property, they acquire assets. That is acquisition. They can also acquire knowledge that when they deploy that knowledge, it leads them into a life of abundance. Or still, they can deploy their skills, what God has wired them to do in life. There are people who know the best to cook. There are those who know the best how to deploy their lives and their destinies. It's very, very crucial. We can also have what I call exhibition of wisdom. People who exhibit a level of wisdom, they can exhibit a very large level in terms of the wisdom they have in them. When they deploy that wisdom, it can lead them like Solomon. We know the wisdom of Solomon. It can be able to drive them. Yeah, they are sought after. Yeah, these kinds of people, they are sought after. Yeah, they are sought after. You'll find them all across. People look for them because of the level of wisdom that they have, inherent wisdom or godly wisdom. Many others also go into high levels of wickedness. They can kill people. We call them ritual killers. There are others who can eliminate people in order to be paid. Yes, an opponent in a certain area of life may not want confrontation. They may not want competition. So in order to do that, they can hire people. And there are people who have acquired a lot of their money, even though it doesn't have life. It will not last for long, and it can be handed over to the next generation. That is what I call evil money. So others can go to levels of wickedness. They can use hook and crook in order to have the money. So when we talk about secrets of supernatural abundance, there is a way you get money and it is blessed, and there's a way you get money and it has no blessing. So don't just desire, or don't just admire, people who have abundance. Find out behind the abundance, what was the methodology, what is the standing foundation, what is the foundation of their wealth. That way, you will matter. Others deploy sorcery. They can go into a world of sorcery to acquire assets, which still I call it evil assets or evil money. So God of heaven, our maker, he has a way to connect his people. Now the God of heaven and earth, he has a way of connecting his people, those he has called, those he has empowered, those he has permitted them to be alive in this season or in the season of their lives. He has a way to connect them, especially those who are obedient to his word, to connect them to supernatural supplies. That is what I call genuine supplies, genuine avenues are beyond what your wisdom can do, beyond what your intellect, your natural mind, your natural endowment can do. This God is a God who has a way to connect his people who are obedient to his word to supernatural supplies. And it is genuine, beyond your sweat. Yes, beyond your sweat. It's not most hardworking people that are rich. That is why you hear some people saying, work smart, don't work hard. If you work smart, it means you will deploy what God has put in you. He will connect you to people. You need favor. So beyond the hard work, if hard work would bring a lot of money, then donkeys would be the richest. So it is beyond hard work. There is something. That is why I call it supernatural. Supernatural. It is beyond the natural. It is super. It is above the natural. Supra. So it is beyond what your intellect. It is beyond what your studies in finance. It is beyond what your studies in economics can be able to deliver to you. So it is beyond what your sweat can do. It is beyond what your sweat can do. Number two, it is beyond what your wisdom can do. Yes, it is beyond what your wisdom can do. And thirdly, it is beyond what your energy can do. Beyond your energy, the energy of the flesh, the energy of this body. It is beyond that. And when God connects you with His resources and gives you the health you enjoy, those resources, that is when we say there's a blessing. Yeah, that is when we know there's a blessing. There are people with wealth, but they lack health. So supernatural abundance is beyond just amassing a wealth. Supernatural abundance is just beyond, yes, amassing, having all these things. It is wealth and health. Because there are people who are wealth at the expense of their health. They are wealth at the expense of their health. What does that mean? It means they have what I call riches in human eyes, in the physical, but their health is dying, deteriorating slowly by slowly. So that is why we say a balanced life is very key as far as abundance, resources are concerned. We have what we call people with wealth, but they lack health. Others have wealth, but they lack peace. Others have wealth, but they have zero or no relationship with God. Completely. They are not connected to the giver of what they may have if they got it the right way. They have no relationship with that. That is a miserable life. A miserable life. You've seen people at the middle of their years. They leave everything